राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवारधारी। यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदानन्दना व्रज जनारञ्जना। जमुनतीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा। प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज का आचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमान शुलाभाई चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज का आचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमान शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की। अनंत गौरी वैष्णव वृंद की। All glorious to the simple devotees, all glorious to the simple devotees, all glorious to the simple devotees, all glorious to the lotus feet of Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, all glorious to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudhirayet Nashtaprayesva Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasta Hyabhadrani Vidhanoti Suhritsatam. Hare Krishna, we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 14, the story of King Vena, verse 10. Aher iva paya poshaha Aher iva paya poshaha Posha kashyapyanartha bhrit Posha kashyapyanartha bhrit Vena prakrityeva kalaha Vena prakrityeva kalaha Sunita garbhasambhava Sunita garbhasambhava Aheriva paya poshaha Posha kashyapyanartha bhrit Vena prakrityeva kalaha Sunita garbhasambhava. Please repeat. Aheriva paya poshaha Posha kashyapyanartha bhrit Vena prakrityeva kala Sunita garbhasambhava. Aheriva paya posha Posha kashyapyanartha bhrit Vena prakrityeva kala Sunita garbhasambhava. Ladies? Aheriva paya poshaha Posha kashyapyanartha bhrit Vena prakrityeva kala Sunita garbhasambhava. Aheriva paya poshaha Posha kashyapyanartha bhrit Vena prakrityeva kala Sunita garbhasambhava. Ahe of a snake, Eva like, payaha with milk, poshaha the maintaining, poshakasya of the maintainer, api even, anartha against the interest, brit becomes, venaha King Vena, prakritya by nature, eva certainly, kalaha mischievous, Sunita of Sunita, Vena's mother, garbha the womb, sambhavaha born of. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The sages began to think within themselves, because he was born from the womb of Sunita, King Vena is by nature very mischievous. Supporting this mischievous king is exactly like maintaining a snake with milk. Now he has become a source of all difficulties. Please repeat after me. The sages began to think within themselves, because he was born from the womb of Sunita, King Vena is by nature very mischievous. Supporting this mischievous king is exactly like maintaining a snake with milk. Now he has become a source of all difficulties. Purport. Saintly persons are generally aloof from social activities and the materialistic way of life. King Vena was supported by the saintly persons just to protect the citizens from the hands of rogues and thieves, but after his ascendance to the throne, he became a source of trouble to the sages. Saintly people are especially interested in performing sacrifices and austerities for the advancement of spiritual life. But Vena, instead of being obliged because of the saints' mercy, turned out to be their enemy, because he prohibited them from executing their ordinary duties. A serpent who is maintained with milk and bananas simply stores poison in his teeth and awaits the day to bite his master. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantha Radha Kantha Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Adadana Stridam Dante Yadam Yache Puna Puna Srimad Rupa Padam Bhoja Udhuli Syam Janma Janmani. So Hare Krishna, thank you for attending today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Would like to seek the blessings of senior devotees like His Grace Archita Prabhu and His Grace Ramroy Prabhu and all the assembled Vaishnavas and Mother Chaitanya for letting me speak the Bhagavatam. So my plan is to speak on the book Bhagavatam for majority of the class, for some of the class, and after that we'll be going into the pastimes of the person Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and I'll share some photos and videos from my recent travels in South India. So about this verse, actually speaking about King Vena, Srimad Bhagavatam has so many descriptions of the great kings like Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj, but also it has descriptions of the not so great kings like Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu, Jarasandha, any other bad kings mentioned in the Bhagavatam? Vena. So it is you may ask, what is the benefit of knowing about bad kings like Vena? Within our system, we hear that there's, in our body, there's the good dog and then there's the bad dog. And based on how you want to act, it's which dog you feed. So by studying Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll actually understand the tendencies and the proclivities of the bad dog. And hopefully by understanding what not to do, then we can understand what to do. So there's many examples of this in Srimad Bhagavatam, of examples of things to do, like the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj and the surrender of Prahlad Maharaj and the surrender of Dhruva, Kapila Muni's instructions. But there's many things we learn not to do, like the example of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu knew all the philosophy very well, but like when Hiranyaksha passed away, he's consoling the wives of Hiranyaksha, and he's speaking almost very similar to the Bhagavad Gita. I did a seminar at Bhaktivedanta Manor once, and I put 3 shlokas right next to each other. I put, on a slide, I put Vasamsi Chiranani Yata Vihaya, then I put Dehinosmin Yata Dehe, and then I put one verse by Hiranyakashipu, and actually the new people could not differentiate what is Hiranyakashipu speaking and what is Krishna speaking, because he's saying almost the exact same thing. But what is the conclusion of Hiranyakashipu? The conclusion is, let me sever Vishnu's head off his body and blood will flow, and I will avenge my brother's death by killing Vishnu. So this is not you'll see that a lot of the kings, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, Jarasandha, they take advice, they do a lot of saintly yagyas, but they have the wrong conclusion. So the Brahmanas have chosen, they have chosen Vena to be the king, for better or for worse. And a person who is faithful and loyal to the Brahmanas, at least this is one glaring lesson we can learn from Vena. At least if you're chosen for something, at least walk the right path after being chosen. If not, you should be acting like proper before, but at least after you're chosen, try to act proper. A righteous human being will be happy and regret any mistake. But Vena was not in such a mood. Vena was boastful, he was self-righteous, and he was thinking very, very high of himself. And he was condescending. He even claimed to be God. In the 6th verse of this chapter, he says, "Na yastavyam na datavyam no hotavyam na dvija kvachit. Iti nyavarayad dharmam bheri ghoshena sarvasha." So he says, he's instructing the Brahmanas what not to do. He says, no yastavyam na dhatavyam, and the na means not. Na hotavyam. He says, you're not allowed to perform any sacrifice, you're not allowed to give charity, and you're not allowed to give hotavyam, any ghee into the homa, the fire. And iti nyavaraya dharmam bheri ghoshena sarvasha. Then King Vena sounded his kettle drum throughout the countryside, and in other words, he stopped all religious sacrifices and rituals. This is very bad. In one way, Vena proclaiming himself to be God is not wrong, because the king is supposed to be as good as God, as the Bhagavatam declares. He is like Nara Deva, like human God. But he's like God, he is not God, because what is the quality of God that the king should instill in his citizens? God should show love, and king is supposed to show the love of God to the citizens. Like Prithu, as we'll see in juxtaposition to this chapter, that Prithu is going to come and show the example of what it means to be a good king. And how does God's mercy, God's love come to the king? The king, first of all, gives the basic necessities: clothing, food, welfare. But more importantly, he starts with the education, the spiritual education. He establishes temples that you can serve God in. But Vena was doing none of this. Vena was proclaiming himself to be God, but he was showing none of the qualities or the mercy of God. So you can almost understand this to be like a dharma dhvaja. Anybody know what a dharma dhvaja is? That's one. Dvija is Dvija. Dharma Dvaja is a person who is acting like a saint but is not a saint. Can anybody give an example of somebody who acted like a saint but was not a saint from the Shastra? Sukracharya actually came around. He came around towards the end. He was more of a guru, like a military guru. Yes, exactly. Ravana, when he was trying to kidnap Sita, what did he dress up as? A Brahmin, a saint, and he says. And he begs alms from Sita. But when Sita comes out of the hermitage, he kidnaps Sita and goes. So Srila Prabhupada writes a chapter in the Science of Self-Realization in regards to this. Anybody remember that chapter's name? Saint or swindler. So Vena can be in the category of a swindler. Wants to proclaim himself to be God, but does not want to show God's mercy upon the citizens. So there's an upside. It's not all down. What is the good side of Vena? The good side of Vena is because he's so cruel, because he's so cunning, because he's so vindictive, all the rogues and thieves who are generally very obnoxious, they went into hiding because imagine you get caught for petty theft. That's why even in places like the UAE or these Middle Eastern countries, if you leave your wallet on a table, the high chances when you come back after an hour, that wallet will still be there. Because the punishment for stealing is so high. It's like 10 years of hard labor or something like very significant. So that's why the crime rate in Dubai and Abu Dhabi is so low, because they know that in every single place there's a camera, and if they catch me doing this, then they're gonna cut off my hand or whatever they do there. I don't know. So same thing with Vena. Vena was of the same category. Vena, he was rough on everybody, but the positive out of all this, he was rough towards the rogues and the thieves. But now the Brahmanas are looking and they're seeing that this is not so good. Why? Because their Brahmanas are very happy to increase the spirituality of the people. They want to increase the spirituality of the people. So we can see that those who are spiritually very rich, they're actually the rich ones. Like, for example, you can juxtapose Sudama and his wife. Were they materially very wealthy? No. But were they spiritually rich? Yes. But Nalakuvara and Manigriva, they were materially very rich, but they were spiritually very poor until Narada Muni came and blessed them. So Vena was not interested in understanding what is to be done and what is not to be done. We learn in the 16th chapter, pravritim cha nivritim cha jana na vidurasarha nasocham na pichacharo natesham satya vidyate, that pravritim cha nivritim cha, that they don't know what to do and when to do it. Jana na vidurasara, they don't know what these asuras, the demonic class. Nasocham na pichacharo, that they don't know when to be clean, they don't know how to clean themselves. Nateshu satyaridyate, right action is not found in them. I believe His Grace Ramaray Prabhu, he read something in the morning and he was writing to his godbrothers about, Srila Prabhupada is writing to his godbrothers about the people in New York, and I remember one thing caught my ear. It was like Prabhupada speaking about Mr. David or something, about how I'm trying to teach them about taking a shower after passing number 2, and how they're almost getting the good qualities. And do you remember that? Yeah. It's in Lila Amrita. Yeah. Very, very, very good. Very, very good. So a person who knows this, a king is supposed to teach these pravritincha, nivritincha. But brahmanas are worried about the spiritual health of the world. So I like to pull up some reference. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 9. Yes. The sages, the questions by the sages. Please, therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us in an easily understandable way what you have ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. So they're always thinking about how to. Okay, here's Prabhupada's purport. Please listen carefully. It's very, very, very significant for especially what we're trying to do here in New York. In Bhagavad Gita, worship of the Acharya is recommended. The Acharyas and Goswamis are always absorbed in thought of the well-being of the general public, especially their spiritual well-being. Spiritual well-being is automatically followed by material well-being. The Acharyas, therefore, give direction in spiritual well-being for people in general. Foreseeing the incompetencies of the people in the age of Kali or the iron age of quarrel, the sages requested that Sutta Goswami give a summary of all revealed scriptures because the people of this age are condemned in every respect. So, what did we learn from this? What's one thing you learned from that purport? Yes. Yes. Why? Okay, but why? Prabhupada said, but what's the reason Prabhupada gives? They're always thinking about how to help others. And what follows after spiritual well-being? Material well-being, exactly. If you think about it, that when we joined Krishna consciousness, I remember there's one, when I was studying at Ohio State, my grades were kind of like, I wasn't so interested. I was like B's and C's. And this disciple of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, I think his name was Prithu Prabhu. He lives in DC. He's from Africa originally. He was traveling around, and he was working with the military. And he was talking to me about my grades and stuff, and he said, and I told him, like, I'm not doing so well. I'm getting like B's and C's and stuff like that. And he was very fried, and it was like almost like chastised me very much. He said, actually, devotees should be getting the best grades. We should be getting A's. Why? Because karmis are smoking weed, doing drugs, having illicit sex, and eating meat, and they're getting better grades than you. You're supposed to have a much clearer brain. You're supposed to be the devotee, and you can think about higher subject matters like this. And what to speak of being absorbed in Krishna, these things should be very geometries. He said, if you cannot understand basic arithmetic, how can you understand the Bhagavatam? And so he gave me a big thing, and thankfully he did that, because I got good grades after that. But they're always thinking about how to, the great sages are thinking about how to benefit others. And the next verse after 9 is a very, very famous verse. This is Prayena Alpusha Shabdha Kalavasmin Yugejana Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Uhiyo Padrita. That actually, it's the qualities of the age of Kali. And one second. Yeah. So this is Srila Prabhupada is giving so many, I'll just read the translation. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have but very short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all else, what is it? Always disturbed. Now, I'd like to say something about this verse from Prabhupada's purport, and also I would like to speak something from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and it's especially on this verse, is very significant. Prabhupada's saying, in this age, Men are victims not only of different political creeds and parties, like Democrats versus Republicans, so on and so forth, but also of many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad association, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering. You've ever been pilfered before? Someone look up what pilfered means. Pilfering, bickering, and so on. Their minds are always disturbed and full of anxieties due to so many different engagements. Sound familiar to anybody? Yes or yes? Yes. So, actually, this verse is so significant. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in his commentary to this verse, he's saying actually this verse is not just different qualities. He says they're actually sequential. And I'll give you I'll try to make you understand what this means. They're saying that people, and what is the first thing that Shukadev Goswami is saying, Sutta Goswami is saying, people in Kali Yuga generally have short lives. They live for 80 years, 90 years max. And if they have a long life by chance, then what are they? They're lazy. They're very lazy to understand spiritual topics. But even if he is not, he has a long life, and if he's not lazy, what is he? He's not intelligent. He can't understand very spiritual matters. Even if someone is intelligent, what is he? Unfortunate. He's very unfortunate. He is devoid of association, and he doesn't have devotees. And even if he has a long life, if he's not lazy, if he's intelligent, and he's very fortunate to get association devotees, we're all in the association devotees, then what is the problem? He's disturbed. He is always disturbed. And this is Chakravarti Pad's commentary, under the control of affliction from sickness and other problems, he does not get the time to hear from the mouth of a devotee. Or even if he does hear from the mouth of a devotee, he cannot discern the highest goal for the human being and then carries out actions to attain it. Or the sequence of qualities can mean that all people have all bad qualities. So this is the qualities of Kali Yuga. Like we were discussing in the Brahmachari class yesterday, that Swarup Brahma Tattva, and Krishna Swarup Brahma, that illusion about Krishna's position, an illusion about our position, illusion about so many of these positions. So it's very significant to understand. So yes, this is Vena, and Prabhupada says in the first purport, the first line of the purport we read today, devotees are generally aloof from all these things, but they're aware of the problems that people are going through, and they try to mitigate people's problems. The saintly people look and interact with leaders, even though Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to stay away from politicians. Our Srila Prabhupada, who did he meet? He met Lal Bahadur Shastri, the Prime Minister of India. He met Indira Gandhi, and he told Indira Gandhi that all MPs, all people in Parliament should be second initiated. He writes a whole letter about what should be the qualities of somebody in government. I saw this in the letter that Prabhupada wrote to Indira Gandhi. So it may happen actually that I can share it. He said all must be second initiated if you want to be in Parliament. So if it could happen in our lifetime if Srila Prabhupada desires it. So in the last sentence of the purport that we read today, that fire and debt must be dealt with when? Soon? Immediately. So Prabhupada saying in the last line of the purport, a serpent who is maintained with milk and bananas simply stores poison in his teeth and awaits the day to bite his master. So with a king like Vena, you may be a temporary solution, but a temporary solution is not a long-term solution. So King Vena, I think the Brahmanas are realizing now that it's not worth the not worth the money, not getting the bang for the buck, or getting too much bang for the buck. And now they're going to dethrone him once he has caused so many atrocities. Any questions about what I've said so far? Yes, Prabhu? Like just now coming.
The snake is just getting fed by the master and just storing it up to venom to bite the master.
Yeah.
So what is that? Sucking up to like someone who has something that we want, some of the opulences of the personality of Godhead. So we have to be careful as devotees to not, I want to be with this person or associate with this person or serve this person because I want to get something out of it. He's very famous, so if I'm around him, then I'll become famous. Or worse, that he has some facility, some money, some people, disciples or followers, and but I don't want to be a part of this, but I just want to see how I can come in there and exploit the situation.
Yeah.
Could you say something about this and how we should not only not do this ourselves, God forbid, but how we want to be open and accepting and appreciative of everyone, but we might have to use some good intelligence or have some developed perceptorial abilities to understand what's happening at the beginning, so it doesn't become, you put so much faith in these type of devotees or people, and then it turns out that they bite you like a snake.
Yeah. I was thinking one time in Columbus, this devotee had come, and I was leading a kirtan or giving a class or something, I forget. And afterwards he came up and he said, Prabhu, you should take guidance from me. I can make sure you have a long and prosperous career in ISKCON. And I can make sure you're connected with the right people and you're monetarily well and this and that. And I talked to my mentor about it, like I felt wrong. And he says, and he reminded me of the verse, Anya bhilasita shunyam jnana karmadyanavritam anukulyena krishna anushilanam bhaktiruttama. That of course, there's mixed bhakti, but what should we be striving for is uttam bhakti. And uttam bhakti is characterized by anya abhilasita shunyam, that there's no other desire except to please Krishna. So when there's different folds of course, there's many people who come to the temple with different motives. Of course, chatur vidha bhajante mam. But we should be very careful about who we let into the fold of, especially in the ashram or so on and so forth, because when I first took saffron, I remember Keshav Maharaj was saying that this is a very important responsibility because the brahmacharis are the representatives of pure devotional service. So the congregation and everybody around us is watching us and trying to see what is the example of the devotional service that we're setting. And as devotees, even everybody else is watching us, So I think we should be very careful of that. And if we detect that there is a person of that caliber in our midst, then there's two options. Either consider, are they an asset or a liability? And if they're an asset that can be purified, then definitely through their spiritual authorities and spiritual masters, then you can purify those desires. But if they're too much of a liability, then they must find another circumstance to practice their compromised form of devotional service. These are my thoughts.
There are a lot of nuances and subtleties, like different groups of devotees or individuals. They have different, let's say, desires or things they want to do, quote unquote, for Krishna or for the mission of Prabhupada, and they might think that that service or what they want to do for the mission is better than what you're doing, and they feel that they're completely righteous in the attempt to, you know, exploit or usurp whatever you have for their particular thing. And you know,
I was just reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita that you cannot say that one form of devotional service is, Srila Prabhupada saying that deity worship, like the program they set in the temples and ISKCON temples and how they're set, there's so many instructions about this. You cannot say that one form of devotional service is better than the other, and if you don't follow my way or the highway. So there is some, oh, there's a pin in this garland. There is some way of self-expression, but definitely you should work with the local authorities and see how, if you're inspired to serve there, then yes, but you should never usurp a program or usurp someone's devotional service for your idea, especially if it's been going on for years, decades. I have a rule that I never, if somebody has been practicing Krishna consciousness longer than I've been born, I'm not going to correct them. I'm not going to say they've stayed there. They've proven themselves more than me. So these are a few thoughts, but I want to pause there, and I want to get to the pictures because I don't want to delay breakfast. Is it a quick one? Yes. Pilfer. Okay, yeah. We need a. Wait, it doesn't count unless we say it on the mic.
Haribol, the definition for pilfer was requested. Here it is. It means to steal, typically stealing things of relatively little value.
What is the origin of pilfer? Is it given there?
No, there is no origin given.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll have to do some more. You usually get a little bit more rasa when you find the origin. It's like coming from pilf, which means like something. So is the TV on, Sham Sindhu? Let's turn on the TV, and I'll transport you to a wonderful land of. You think first we're going to South India, but you thought wrong. First, we're going to the sacred land of. First, I'd like to say by. Going to the holy places, actually the devotees, tirtha kurvanti tirthani, wherever the devotees are, these are the holy places. So I feel very fortunate to be able to go to these places and associate with the devotees there. And the devotees there are shelter. And yasyatma buddhi kunapeti dhatuki swadhi kalatradu subhomajjadi yatirtha buddhi sarinena karhisich. If you go to the holy place, but you don't associate with the devotees, jane siva bhigyesu sa eva ghokara. You're non-different from a cow or an ass. So the devotees are a real strength. And devotees are found everywhere. So I'd like to just show where I went and what I did. And if there's any questions about each one, please, now it's just sharing time. So if you have any questions about anything, just let us know. Maybe press down on the remote. Then it should be showing my screen. It's a PC. Yeah, click. No, right. HDMI 1. Yeah. Disconnected. Working? No? Everything connected? Everything's got juice? What Wi-Fi is it on? I don't have that password. Just now coming, folks. I'll take you to India, and there's a lot of delays in India, so this can be like your flight. This will be faster. Yeah, you don't have to go anywhere. You can just sit here and What's that, Ramaprabhu? What is that sign that if you sit long enough in New York City, the whole world comes to you or something? Okay, there we go. So you don't have to go to these places. You can just sit here and then you can attend. So the first place I went was, we took a flight, me and my friend, good friend, Shrikar, who we all know and love. We all went to a country called Serbia. And newsflash, there's not much really going on there. It's they have a little congregation with devotees that meet on Sundays, but no temple, not yet, and not in Belgrade. But Shrikar had a very nice realization when he was there. Hare Krishna, we're looking at this nice grassy area above this. Oh, sound. Shrikar had a good realization. What's really cool is that this looks exactly like Radha Madan Mohan. He's saying that this looks exactly like Madan Mohan when you're in Vrindavan. You look down, and it looks like when you're looking down at Madan Mohan, and you see Yamuna, and you see the grassy area. And he thought he had that realization. That's not it. But it is amazing to see. You can see Vrindavan almost anywhere. So, Hare Krishna. So we went to Serbia, and that was really fun. And we had like a 6-hour layover there. And for some reason, my Sham Sindhu, my mouse is super small. I can't really see my mouse anymore, so I can't. No, but I can't move my mouse. I can't see it. Where is it? Where? Okay. Where?
Maybe you could do it.
Okay, maybe.
You got your mouse back.
Hey, there's my mouse.
Optimized for the MacBook. Kind of go far.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, now I can see things much better. Tamasoma Jyotirgama. Yes, I have this. And can't find that one. But we went to Bulgaria afterwards with the Holy Association of Tulsi Prabhu and Pandava Prabhu, who came to give us their association here. And this is the deities there, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. And I'm wondering if I can see this. Let's see. Oh, here. This is better. Yeah, this Jagannath, the Tulsi Prabhu is here. And Shrikar. This is a Vrindavan backdrop. This is where their Bhagavatam classes are given. So there's that. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra and Shishi Gornitai. And very rare, we found that there's Sadbhuj Gauranga also there. Originally installed by His Holiness Suhotra Maharaj. So Sadbhuj Gauranga. 6-armed. He was a kid eating prasadam. He's very happy. He's a Bulgarian kid. And this is a nice yoga studio that devotees have. It's like this kind of a health food place. And it's called Vita Rama. And we did this huge kirtan there. I think like for 6 hours we did a kirtan. Vita Rama. Vitality Ram. We did a kirtan. I don't know, my videos aren't playing. I can't tell how to play the video. Anyway, oh, here we go. The kids were very. This is a temple room. Very small temple. If you've been to the Columbus temple, it is very similar. Yeah. There's that. And 1 second. Finder. These are Tulsi Prabhu's parents. This is his mom and this is dad. And they're make it big. I don't know how to make it big. Here. There you go. Tulsi Prabhu's mom and dad. I think he looks more like his dad. And they made us, you might have heard that I always keep saying this word Banitsa. Oh, these are some old pictures I found at Tulsi Prabhu's house. This is him and Pandava Prabhu on book distribution. And this is Tulsi Prabhu's initiation, 2006, right? 2006 in Mayapur. How old are you? 24. Wow, look at him. This is a dish called banitsa. If you haven't eaten it, 50% of your life is wasted. It's like basically, I can't even describe it. You just got to try it. And it's like basically like a bread with feta cheese inside. And it's like even better than that. And Tulsi Prabhu's mom made it for us. And I brought it up so much with the Bulgarian Yatra, and then the last kirtan, at least like 2 or 3 families had made banitsa. It's like, just give this guy some food. And this is the famous welcoming to Delhi. And so now I'm going to switch over to this album. So the first place we went to was the temple of Simhachalam. And we went to this place called, and in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's known as Jiyada Nrsimha temple. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went in front of this deity. The theme of this yatra, I'll give more context. His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu for the last 4 years has been taking this thing called a global youth retreat. It is for the ages of 15 until the age of 24. Yeah, 24, 25. And he has been taking these yatras. And so this year, the theme was, and this is the tagline, nobody's better than Lord Chaitanya. This was the tagline. And so basically we went to South India. For like a side reason is to see these temples, but mainly to see Lord Chaitanya's route south. And to see how he did things, because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that I am not interested in going to any places that Lord Chaitanya hasn't gone to. So we went to Jiyada Nrsimha. Yes? Yes. No, not that we saw. This is a Nrsimha temple. And I don't know much about the history of the temples, but this is our welcome into Visakhapatnam Airport on Christmas Eve. Yeah, you can see Santa Claus. This is the Visakhapatnam Airport. For some reason, India does Christmas very big, only in airports. Only in airports, they do it very big. These are some of the kids, Shrikar. This is after me and Shrikar traveled. And so yeah, this is right outside the Visakhapatnam ISKCON temple, ISKCON Sagar Nagar, the home of the very famous Nitai Sevini Mataji, a very famous online preacher. And Nitai Sevini Mataji, she is an online preacher. She's really famous, especially among South Indian. So we did a nice japa walk. Like Gita, and she's a disciple of Jayapataka Maharaj, like a nice devotee. She's the temple president's wife there. So yeah, this is beautiful. You see back here, this is the temple. This little temple. Yeah, we did a little japa walk by the beach. This is the temple that's being under construction. It's open on Nityananda Triyodasi 2027. They're building a huge one. These are deities of Sri Sri Radha Damodar. There's installed deities. There's like a side little shack temple. And then they're building a huge like marble white temple right next to it. This is again Jiyada Narasimha. It's beyond book distribution. This is one famous thing about Vaisheshika Prabhu's yatras. Every yatra, he says, is not a yatra until you do seva, and the best seva is book distribution. And he has created a formula on how to have 100% guaranteed success on book distribution. 100% guaranteed. So basically, there's 3 steps to this book distribution method. Go and you just put your hand up, put your radar up, say hi, and then you kick your shoes off, because in India, if you don't take your shoes off when you give spiritual literature, they feel it's very disrespectful. So you take your shoes off, you give them a lollipop. We prefer dum-dums from America. Then you give them a sticker of Jagannath or Hare Krishna. Then you give them a book. Then you give them a card that we actually have at Harinam, which is actually underutilized. A card in Tamil that says, please give a donation. So they know that you know that they know that you have to give a donation. So, and it works 100% of the time. And the best part is you don't have to say one word. It actually only works if you stay silent. If you talk, it messes it up. So you just give them the book, and you stand in like Iyengar mountain pose. And you just stand like this, and you just wait, and they give you money. This family in particular gave 800 rupees for one small book. And because they were just so happy, because every place we do Harinam and book distribution, and they're like, please pray for our kids to become devotees, and yeah, super nice. 50 rupees. Small books in India are very cheap, I don't know, how much is this? 20, 30 rupees. People give 50, 100. Vaishesh Prabhu got a 10,000 rupee donation on the airplane to Trichy just for an Isha Panishad. This guy just and so yeah, this is a little. This is outside the Jiyada Narasimha temple. Srila Prabhupada actually went there to Simhachalam. This is the famous place of Kurmakshetra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes to Jiyada Narasimha, then he travels south to a place called Kurmakshetra. Kurmakshetra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent only 1 day there. But he had 2 famous conversations. Did anybody remember any of them? One with the Kurma Brahmin and one with Vasudeva the leper. With the Kurma Brahmin wanted to go and enjoy and join the Sankirtan movement. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives a very famous instruction there. Anybody remember? Stay home. Hamara agya guru hai ta jar hai des. He says, stay here, chant Krishna's names, and tell everybody. Yes. So, and then Vasudeva the leper, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was walking down, and he turned around just to give the mercy to Vasudeva. So amazing. And this is a Kurmakshetra. Kurmakshetra, actually, I know a little bit about this temple. When Sri Ramanujacharya went to Jagannath Puri to try to establish some archana and vidhi to Jagannath Puri, and what happens to Sripad Ramanujacharya? Jagannath literally kicks him out of Jagannath Puri, and he lands. The first place he lands is Kurmakshetra. And in Kurmakshetra, he sees them worshipping this Shiva deity, this deity of Lord Shiva, but it is actually a deity of Kurmadev, and he established the worship. So. Yeah. Someone give me the mic. Oh, do I have the other mic? Oh, it actually used to say it. I'll repeat it. So Lord Krishna told Ramanujacharya that this is not Lord Shiva, this is actually Kurmadev, this is myself. So yes, they put a turban on Vaisheshika Prabhu, they had like a big, something. No problem.
Turn the lights off.
And then so this is on top of the Kurmadev temple. You see the Samudra Manthan Leela of the changing. Yeah, it's like an hour or two away. Kurmapulam, yeah. Towns have been changed now. This is with the Brahmanas. Sorry, I'm running a little over time. Yes. Sripad Ramanujacharya, yeah. Because he tried to establish Archana and Vidhi, and Jagannath didn't like that. Sure. Should we stop here then? Sure, I'll go a few more places. Oh, and at Kurmakshetra they have a little turtle farm. Tortoise. They have many, yeah. See, there's a few of them. Tortoise. The footprints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, had established that he wanted to establish 108 Padapitas of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that wherever Lord Chaitanya went, and he established specifically here at Kurmakshetra. And I think he only established about 10 before he left, and many were finished by his disciples. This is one of the originals of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kurmakshetra. Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. In the temple compound of Kurmakshetra. Yeah. Installed by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Yeah, this is the Samudra Manthan Leela. It's like the big archway. And yeah, this is a present. Every kid had like a presentation to do. And so someone made this little map for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's south. No. We didn't go to all these places. Yeah, some more japa walks by the beach. Oh, this is an amazing place. This is the Ramananda Gaudiya Mutt by the Godavari. And this was a temple originally established by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And this is the place, and right next to the temple is the ghat where the Ramananda Samvad happens. And so this is the temple. You can see here on the top it says, yeah. One second. Yeah, this was installed by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur at this exact space where it happened. Amazing. I've never seen this combination. There's a sannyasi there. Temple is very dilapidated. It's like very old. And the sannyasi there speaks Telugu and Bengali. He's from Bengal. Since 1932. It's quite old. Nobody's really taking care of it. Not really. To take care of this temple, yes. Yeah, so this is that. This is the exact space. This is called, for some reason they call it Kapila Muni Ghat. And Kapila Muni Ghat, apparently I think Kapila Muni may have come there. Yes? I'm not sure about that. You could just look up Ramananda Gaudiya Mutt, and then so that it'll come up there. Yeah, this is the Godavari. Yes. This is the river. It's a huge river. Just the Godavari River, Ramananda Gaudiya Mutt. It's a very big river, actually. Yes, you can see the other side. Very like faintly though. Yeah, it's a huge river. Yeah, we had put up a thing there, the class where we'd have. Oh, and then we went to ISKCON Raja Mahendravaram. Everybody try to say that. ISKCON Raja Mahendravaram. That is Rajamundry. That is the place where, yeah, this is the place where it happened, Rajamundry. So they have a huge ISKCON temple there. Godavari, yeah. Yes. Yeah, huge ISKCON temple there. They had a huge kirtan to welcome Vaisheshika Prabhu. Yeah, they're very excited to see everybody. And this is the deities, Shishi Gaurani Tai, Shishi Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Shri Radha Madhava, I believe. Yeah, very beautiful. It's such an opulent temple. ISKCON Raja Mahendravaram. Yeah. Exactly, I think. I'm thinking that's why they placed it there. Balaji. This is Vaisheshika Prabhu doing Arati to Godavari. The temple is also located on the banks of the Godavari. So they have every evening now they have in Vrindavan, you know, like Yamuna Arati or Ganga Puja, they have Godavari Arati. This is our flight. We took 1 or 2 flights on the way, and no, we flew everywhere. So we did kirtan on the flight. The flight holds 80, and we took 70 of the flights, 70 of the seats. So the 10 people just had to like deal with that kirtan. On the yatra, 70 total. Yeah. And then we had a quick stopover in Hyderabad, where they had built this statue, actually was unveiled by Modi, called the Statue of Equality. Huge statue of Sripad Ramanujacharya. The Ramanujas built it, but it was opened by Modi on Ramanujacharya's 1,000-year birthday. A few years ago. It was unveiled then. And amazing, when we walked in, we saw actually Chinnajir Swami, who is the leader of the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. Yes, the one in red, he's a sannyasi. And he spoke to us for like 20 minutes about the glories of Vaishnavism and how important it is for young people to go to the Dham and so many things. Yes, this is when we landed in the Trichy airport. This is Trichy. I forget the full name of Trichy. But yeah, this is when we all got there. This is the biggest city closest to Sri Rangam. Yeah. Now we skipped a few, then we went south. Then we went to some places called the Divya Deshams. Divya Deshams are places established by Sri Pad Ramanujacharya as holy places. So a lot of Sri Vaishnavas make it a goal to visit every Divya Desham. So Kurma Kshetra is a Divya Desham. Now we went to 3, don't ask me their names. One of them is called Pundarikaksha, I think, but they're all Divya Deshams. Forms of Vishnu are there, and there's like huge backstories about them. So we went to 3. There's a kid distributing a book to a cat. We would do kirtan in the temples, and people were just so excited. They're very happy to see people do kirtan. Amrita Sagar. So, One thing our guide told us about the temples of South India, they're built like this kind of, they have a lot of space for kirtan and classes. So you can just take a place, and it's very good for acoustics also because of the arches. And he said not many people do kirtan and classes anymore. So he said we're actually using the temple for what it was built for. So yeah, very, very, very beautiful. I'll continue on. Yeah, you see these different columns and things. They very good for kirtan. This is another South Indian temple, Pundarikaksha, I believe. And now we went to Sri Rangam. This is the Sri Rangam temple, and there's 7 different gates. 7 different gates before you get to Ranganath. Vaikunta, yeah, 7 gates. Yeah. Yeah. That was a Divya Desham around Sri Rangam, but I can't tell which one it was. I forgot. There were many different ones. We went to 3. There are in total 108. Yeah. Even Vrindavan, Gokul, in Gokul there's a Divya Desham. I went there actually. Established by Sripad Ramanujacharya. I never even heard of it, but there's one. There's one in Gokul and there's one in Mathura. Who would have thought? Yeah, this is the entry of the gate. That's how, I mean, look at the structure. Like, who could build something like that? It's like, it's amazing. I don't know when it was built, but it's so architecturally like amazing. Here's another kirtan. Oh, there's an elephant. A lot of elephants in South India. A devotee elephant. They love kirtan. They love kirtan all these, wherever they go. When they see ISKCON devotees, they're like kirtan, you know. This is a group. Oh, amazingly, the same day, this Swami's name is Bhakti Vigna Vinashan Nrsimha Swami. And he happened to be there on the same day. I think he's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada from Bury Place, like an old school devotee. And he gave some time to the kids. He's preaching in China, right? So that's why we probably never heard of him. I'm not sure of his name. He was with Maharaj. But yeah, this is a little bit of our group. And Maharaj gave a little class at this place. And, oh, this is amazing. This is the Sri Jagannath Mutt. This is the exact place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did Chaturmas. And this is the house of Venkata Bhatta. This is the exact place. This is not Gaudiya Mutt. It's just run by the family of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Still. Yeah. Actually, his house is across the street. Gopal Bhatta Goswami's family house is across the street. But this is the exact place where Mahaprabhu. Yeah, the structure is different, but the place is the same. This is I think I have more pictures of, this is the little Lord Chaitanya taking darshan of Jagannath. And these are the deities. These are the Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra deities that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worshipped for 4 months in Sri Rangam. They look so amazing actually. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. Right? Amazing. Yeah, it's so amazing to see this deity. I felt like I was not worthy. And yeah, I'll put it on the chat. Very cute. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made these deities. Wow. And this is around the temple. You see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hugging Jagannath. And yeah, it's a Sri Jagannath Mutt. 176 North Chitra Street, Sri Rangam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, during his pilgrimage to South India, performed here Chaturmasya in 1510 AD. It's very close to the Sri Rangam temple, actually. because because Venkata Bhatta was one of the head pujaris of Ranganath. North Chitra Street. North Chitra Street, Sri Rangam. So, we'll move on. We're almost done here. Then we went to, this is the pillar of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They have this nice deity. See Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking darshan of Sri Ranganath Swami. Yes, we're all waiting in line for so long. The lines can go up to 10 hours in Sri Rangam. So, this is now we got in. We waited like 2 hours. We had like some special ISKCON connections. This is Sri Rangam. Yeah. Now we're going even more south. 2-3 hours from here is Madurai. I'm not allowed the pictures. I'm probably doing something. Yeah, you see Shrikar here? He's like my partial representative. This is Madurai. And Madurai, actually Lord Balaram comes to Madurai. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came to Madurai twice. It's amazing because Mahaprabhu came twice. He usually goes to a place once, he comes twice to Madurai. So the devotees are very happy about that. Mahaprabhu came here twice. Because when he goes to all the way south to, what's the other temple? Rameshwaram. And he comes back to go back north to Puri. I don't know why. That was in Madurai? Oh, wow. Okay, there you go. Madurai. Yeah, we should, maybe we can write it down and send it on the chat. The beautiful Krishna Balaram deities in Madurai, in ISKCON. This temple is called ISKCON Tirupalai. 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 In Tamil, there's like you have to do something with your tongue. Tirupalai. Madurai now. Yeah. Big city. Nice, very nice city actually. And they had it was a new year, so they made Vaisheshika Prabhu cut a cake. And this was the last Divya Desham that we went to. And this is another beautiful structure. We did a big kirtan there. South Indian temples, if you've only traveled in North India, in South India you actually see the temples, the roads are cleaner, the people are much actually, none of the pujaris are trying to cheat you, it's like it's very actually fair. Maybe I'm biased, but I find South India to be like a breath of fresh air after traveling only in North India for some time. People are puffed up, of course, yeah. They'll debate you. Anybody is ready to debate. I'm just saying that people in South India seem to be, the streets are cleaner, but the people are a little bit more puffed up, as you say. They're very proud of their heritage. Language, Tamil. They say Tamil is actually older than Sanskrit, which I don't know, maybe. No open sewers. Not that I saw. Yeah, this is our group yatra photo. No, I'm there, but it's just I'm like back here somewhere. I took the picture. Yeah, and this is some prasadam. It's amazing. In South India, you'd think that we'd get rice dal, rice sambar, dosas, but then every ISKCON temple, they're like, oh my gosh, the Americans are coming, let's make pizza. So, yeah, and we as Americans, we're judging the pizza, we're like, oh my gosh, this is like, what are we doing here? So yeah, this is their pizza, pani puri. This is dinner. That's somewhere. Yeah, this is a little goshala we saw. A lot of cute goshalas. And yeah, very nice cows. This is our friend Halayuda Kripa. Halayuda Kripa, he had come to the ashram a couple of times. In New Jersey. He's from Tuwaco. Yeah. Again, ISKCON, Madurai, Tirupale, so sweet. Just Harinam everywhere. The Mridanga, you'll say something about the Mridanga players. You think actually it's the big, strong, muscular guys who can play the Mridanga. But if you see like a little 10-year-old in South India with a Mridanga, you just know that they're so good. They're amazing at Mridanga. These kids, they're like, we want to come to America and join the Harinam. And they had grown up their whole life in Kurmagram at Bhaktivikas Maharaj's Varnashram project. And they're like, we want to come and join the Harinam. And they're 17 years old, have never had a phone, don't have an email, they just travel, distribute books, and they're so you'll see they're the purest kids that you've ever seen. And you're like, wow, it's amazing. You never know. Oh, this is Kurmadev. This is a picture of Kurmadev from back up north. The Kurma, this is the Didi. Kurma Kshetra. Yeah. Yeah, this is we took a picture of the Didi. This is, it's 1 million years old, that's what they say. Kurma. You see, this is his hump, and this shell, and this is his head. This is Kurma Kshetra. I don't know what the city. Yeah, I think these are some pictures that are at the end. Rajamundry, yeah. I think that's the end of my presentation. But yeah, it's South India was very beautiful. If I had more, I would show you. How many albums? Untitled. Yeah, I definitely have a lot more to show, but if there's any questions about what we've discussed about South India, we went to 5 cities. It was very amazing. Trying to show, I had a couple videos from that I would like to show, but I can't find them now. Oh, here. No, they don't allow photos in their original, unfortunately. In Simhachalam. This is... Oh, here's the Didis at Ramananda Gaudiya Mutt. Installed by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. I forgot their names, honestly. Nayana, something Ratna Bhushan or something. It was a very far out name.
How common is that?
You'll see that at almost every Gaudiya Mutt. Yeah. This is the placard. Sri Ramananda Gaudiya Mutt, established by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami on 10th July 1932 at 6 a.m. 10th July. So at 6 a.m. you want to have a temple opening, it's a good idea. Any more photos? Oh, this is a nice video. So this is this girl's doing the book distribution method. All the kids were doing book distribution because in America it's very hard to do book distribution for some people, and then in India it's just you can give them out like candy. This is right outside Kurmakshetra. They had never seen kirtan like this. This type of kirtan. Gopal, Shrikar. All over the world people came. People came from Australia, people came from England. You might recognize Rishabh. He's from England. He comes here in the summers. You see this boy? Yellow shirt. Yeah, he's from the Manor. Amrit Sagar. Dian from Dallas. Yeah, Dian was there. Thinking what else is there to... I think I just have one or two more and I'll be finished. Oh, this is the Guru Puja. You can see the quality of these Mridanga clips. Oh my God, it's double play. His name is Vamsi Dhari, and he's a disciple of Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. He showed us all around, and yeah, he's such an amazing personality. Can't tell what this is. Oh, this is Einar Prabhu's thing. This is, yeah. I think I should close here. But anybody else have any questions or comments? Yes. Oh, one more thing. It says, Sri Mahaprabhu visited Godavari in 1512 AD. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's footprints installed by Paramahamsa Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami in 1930. Yes, Tulsi Prabhu, sorry. Mm-hmm.
Very old. They say this tunnel goes from Kurukshetra all the way to Varanasi.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know, 1,000.
Yeah. There's a tunnel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Inside the temple, a little bit on the side, there is like a big door and it's...
Wow. Amazing.
They said they closed it because there are many wild animals.
Wow. Oh, this is a Harinam at, one second, let me pause this one. This is a Harinam at Jiyada Nrsimha that we did. Very similar to our Halloween or New York or Christmas. I mean, I did the same thing, can you say Hare Krishna, like Mahavishnu Maharaj style. People are very pious, yeah. Generally so pious. If you go in Harinam in India, people just come and pay obeisances and are taking the dust of your feet, and people love it. Especially in Orissa, I've found. I'd like to show you just two photos of my trip to Vrindavan on the way back. This is the deities of Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha. These, if you've read The Journey Home, these are the deities that Radhanath Swami first worshipped with Ghanasham Baba. Now this temple is located by Fogla Ashram, but I won't go into the details, but Ghanasham Baba worshipped these deities with so much care and attention, and there's so many pastimes in relation to this. Most specifically, if you want to go to YouTube and type in 2004 Radhanath Swami Yatra, Radhanath Swami takes 2,000 devotees to this temple and is explaining how amazing these deities are. So, yeah, you could take advantage of that. And on the way back, I went to Switzerland. That was my layover, and I just happened to see, this is Radhe Shyam with scarves. So nice. No, but I can go, when we go there again, we can take a picture. It'll be nice. This is Narada Muni Tapasya Sthali. This is where Narada Muni did tapasya in Govardhan, Narada Kund. So nice. Very peaceful place in Govardhan. And this is the deities of Shishi Nitai Gaur Sundar in Zurich. They're over 40 years old. And see Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, very cute deities. And then Sachinananda Swami happened to be there. And I saw him for Guru Puja and then I left. Sachinananda Swami was there. Zurich. I had a layover there for 14 hours. Yeah, very nice, cute little temple. But yeah, this is my trip to South India, and I hope you guys can come soon. Yeah, Designer Prabhu's room. And I only have one check-in this time. So, yeah, this is Nitai Sati Sutta. I'm trying to see. This is the room. The devotees have done actually the carvings from the original room. It's quite nice and replicated. They've tried their best. The sky also, the bees. I think this is the original one, the honey bees. But yeah, they put the sky blue with clouds, and I think it's still like coming from the fan as the original room. But thank you so much for paying attention to my pictures. We'll do another one of these when Ramar Prabhu and me come back from India. Hopefully, when Ramar Prabhu can do the next one, because he'll be able to explain more and more.
I said, telling when you go with Ramar Prabhu, take as many photos as you can.
Yeah, I'll try to take more photos. Yeah, I'm not such a photogenic guy. But Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Sri Dham Yatra ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande.